What is up, course heroes? Welcome to yet another video. Today we are taking a super deep dive into new Zenler from soup to nuts. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and let's get started. All right, so first one is we're going to start with a marketing funnel. In this, I'm going to walk you through a lead magnet funnel, a video funnel, and then we'll also look at setting up an email automation. Now, before we begin with anything, let's look at our topic for all of these things that we are setting up. So my lead magnet funnel is a 5-day AI challenge where I invite people to join the challenge, and through that challenge I'm going to walk my users through how to effectively use AI to convert their landing page and make it even better than what it is today using AI. I'm going to set it up as a video funnel, but I'll also walk you through a lead magnet funnel, which is a typical funnel used where your visitors give you an email address and in exchange you give them a PDF, a download, or some sort of opt-in that they are there for. So we're going to look at those two. Let's hop into my Zenler school. When you are inside of New Zenler, to set up your funnels, you're going to go to marketing funnels. And from here, I'm going to create a brand new funnel. And this funnel is going to be for my 5-day AI copywriting challenge. So I'm going to pick a video series funnel because I want to drop a video every day of those 5 days. And from here, I'm going to click next. We're going to give our funnel a name, and I'm going to add a bunch of steps because this is for 5 days. So I'm going to add a video step, and I'm also going to embed my videos because I already have them saved in a third-party platform. If you want, you could also go to your video library and pick a video from there, or you can upload a video directly into Zenler. You can see the max upload size is 2 gigabytes. If your videos are larger than 2 gigabytes, you can use a free software like Handbrake to compress your videos. I personally like to use YouTube. So I'll upload my video to YouTube and then re-download it, and that shaves off about 80% of your video file size without impacting quality. So I've given my funnel a name, and now I'm going to add the video step for my day one, and I'm going to just embed my video in here, and I'm going to do the same thing for all the other days. So I'm going to go ahead and embed all 5 days, and then we'll pick it back up. My 5 videos have been embedded, and you can see the steps laid out here. So that tells you which video number it is, and you can always drag these to reorder. I'm going to click next at this point, and here Zenler wants you to select a pre-made theme that will be applied to all 5 days. So I'm just going to select one here and hit next. Now our 5-day video funnel is ready. Let's head over to our opt-in page. All right, so I've loaded my template. It's out of the box, pretty basic, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to completely customize this. And right now, how this is set up is if someone clicks this button, they are going to see a pop-up. You can see pop-up is on here. If I go into my button settings, and that action here is open pop-up. And now we can go and look at what that pop-up looks like. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to not use this pop-up. So I'm going to go into settings and turn the pop-up off. All right, so this is what my current page looks like. It has a bunch of text here on the left side, and then your opt-in box on the right side. And then further down, we have more 2-column layouts for where you have an image on one side and text on the other. And then I have a video embed here. And then further down, I have a bunch of boxes here, as you can see, with highlights on top. Finally, I have social proof, a little bit about myself, and then another video here, another call to action here, and then finally one more social proof. So we're going to build this in Zenler. I already have all of these assets saved. So first thing I want to do here is upload all of these images to my media library in Zenler. To do that, I'm going to go back to my Zenler account. I'm going to go to site, and from site, I'm going to go to media library. And then from here, I can upload my files. This way, all the files are available to me immediately instead of doing it one at a time. So I'm going to pause this video, upload the files, and come back. So I've uploaded my images into the Zenler media library. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to begin designing our marketing page. And the same landing page builder concept applies throughout Zenler. So their page editor is pretty much the same whether you are on a webinar funnel or a marketing page or a course sales page. So we don't need to go in depth on the page editor every time we build something. This is just to show you the first time how the page editor works, and then the same concepts are going to apply. So I'm going to add a empty block. That's where I like to start. I'm going to delete this one right here. And for our first one, you will notice that this is a 2-column layout. And what I mean by that 2-column layout is if I open this in an image editor, this is one column right here. And this is another column which houses our form. So I'm going to go build that same thing in Zenler by adding a row, and I'm going to add a 50-50 row, which means it splits it into 2 columns. And if you go back in here, you can see there's a 100% row, which will be a single column, and then all these different column layouts. And on the left side, I'm going to add a heading here. So let's add a heading 1. And under this heading 1, I can add more stuff. So under the heading, I'm going to add a text. And then on the right side here is my form. So I'm going to go and look for form option here. And I'm going to choose this form right here and plug it in. So the layout is already coming along. Now what we need to do is we need to add some of the copy here. So first thing is taking this header, and then same thing with the sub headline. Let's plug that in as well. And Zenler does have integration with Google Fonts. In this case, I'm using Noto Sans. So I'm going to choose that font right here. Let's also change the color while we are at it. And now it's looking close to what this is here. Now what I want to do is copy this text. So what I did is I duplicated it. If you hover over the text box, you'll see the clone icon. And from here, I'm going to move this one to the side so that I can copy this text right here and paste it. I want this one to be in a single line, so I don't necessarily want it this big. Let's go and change the size. And then I can also highlight the font. So if you highlight the entire piece of text here, you will see this little menu open up, and I can make this bold. Now for this one, I want this to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to change the font size here, and also the color, we're going to change that. So this is coming along really nice. What I want to do now is go and change the background. So I'm going to select this entire section here. And if I hover over this section, you will see the settings icon here. And then from here, I can choose the background image. So I'm going to click on the background image. Zenler does have integration with Pixabay. So I can just search for abstract background here, and I'll be served the results from Pixabay, or I can go and search my library as well. So I already have this background picked. I'm going to select that. Now this obviously is hard to read with all the text on top. So I'm going to apply a background overlay, and let's apply a black color overlay and make that a little less opaque so it's easier for people to read. And then I can change my font color to white so it stands out more. All right, so this is looking really good. The next thing I want to do here is change this to a mobile layout and make sure that it's also looking good on mobile. Maybe I don't want my font to be this huge on mobile. So I can change it to go with 40. And now everything is visible above the fold when my users visit my website on mobile. The last thing I want to do here is click the settings icon for these 2 columns. And I want to change the vertical alignment to be on top. This way, when someone's visiting this on mobile, it'll look similar to this. Now we still need to add a few things here. We need to change this box to have a white background, and then also have this text on the button. I am going to go back to my editor. All right, so in order to apply that white background, what I want to do here is go and add an element. And under my elements, you can see all the different elements available to you. I'm going to choose a row. Then I'm going to choose this 100% row, drop it in here. Now I want to give this row a background color. So I'm going to click the settings gear icon for the row. And then further down here, you will see background color. I'm going to choose white. I'm also going to give it a border corner of 20, so it's a little rounded like this one right here. Now we can start adding our elements into that row. So I'm going to drag and drop them in here, and there we go. It's coming along. Now I need to add this piece of text here. So I'm going to clone this piece of text, paste it below the submit button, and let's add our copied text. And then I'm also going to change the font size in this one to maybe be 14. Finally, we need to change the button color and also the button text. So in order to do that, I'm going to click the settings gear icon again on the button. And then from the setting here, I can change all of that. Before we do that, let me show you the different button styles that are available in Zenler. And you can choose any of these different designs. I'm going to go with the one that I already have selected, which is the normal button. But if you wanted to add an icon, you can choose this one right here, which is normal button with right icon or left icon. Going back to style, I'm going to change the background color to match my other button. And then under settings, I'm going to change this text to match what the text is here, which is join the 5-day AI copywriting challenge for free. All right, so my button text has been changed, background color here has been changed, but what I'm noticing is that the text is too close on the top and bottom to these lines. So I want to give some breathing room to the text. In that case, what I'm going to do is choose my row, go into its setting and add a little bit of padding on top and bottom. So let's add 10 padding on top, 10 on the bottom, and that creates that little white space that I wanted. I'm going back to our button. I'm going to choose the settings here. What I want to do is change the font to be my brand font, which is Noto Sans, and then also change the font size to be a little bit bigger. So that looks good. I want to make it bold. So instead of regular, I'm going to choose bold. And there we go. Our first header section for my challenge page is ready. Now, when you hit the save button for the first time, Zenler is going to show you this pop-up, and this only happens the first time, but you can always get back to it. It's asking you for the page title and also the meta description. Should you choose to share this page on social platforms, that meta description is going to come in handy. So I'm going to give the page the same title that I have for this challenge, which is the 5-day AI copywriting challenge. I'm going to leave the meta description, meta keywords, and social image off for now. And then you can also choose whether you want this page to show up in search results or not. And that's it. I'm going to hit save again. And now we can preview this page to see what it looks like. It's looking closer to this. I can still see some white space around the button here. So I need to add some padding to the left and right side as well. Let's go and do that. I'm going to choose that row again, and let's add some padding on the left and the right. I'm also going to increase the top and bottom padding to give it more of that same effect that I have with my other form. Let's bring the size of this font down to 20 pixels. All right, now we are looking good. I'm going to hit save again. I just like to hit save every single time I do something so I don't lose my changes. And then now we can continue on to the next one, which is building this kind of layout here. So I'm not going to show you every single piece that is here, because after a few you will get the hang of how to use the page editor. And I'll also link to a video that goes in depth on how to design an Amy Porterfield style page or a Funnel Gorgeous style page using the new Zenler page builder. So I think the most complex one here would be probably this one right here, where I have image on one side, text on the other, and then I flip them around. So let me show you how that is done, and then we'll move on to using the automation piece and also seeing how this 5-day video funnel is going to get delivered. So in order to set this up, what we're going to do is set up a bunch of 100% rows and then 3 50-50 rows. So going back into Zenler, I'm going to add an empty block. And then the first thing I want to do is add 100% row. Let's add a heading in it. Actually, I don't want to add heading 1. I want to add heading 2. Add some text. And then below this text, we're going to add a bunch of 50-50 rows. Now, when you're cloning things, one thing to note here, let me unclone it. So I'm going to delete these, is if you have a situation where you're using this kind of layout, maybe start with the 150-50 row first, perfect that, and then clone it so you don't have to format your text or your image every single time. Now I want to format my headline to be a little bit bigger in size and also pick my brand font. My headline is moving on to the sub headline. Let's fix this as well. Now we want to add this piece of text and then this image on the left side. And I've already downloaded the image, but here's something interesting that I'm going to try. First is the image, which is this one right here. And then I'm going to add my text. And now we're going to add our subtext here. Now I want to align both of these to left alignment. So I'm going to click the settings gear icon, scroll down here and choose the alignment to be left. And for this entire box, I'm going to leave this vertically center aligned. And what I'm going to do with this image is I want to not have the image be so big. So I'm going to drag these corners and make it a little bit smaller. Let's also go and check our mobile view. Looks good. Now if we go back here, you'll notice there's this orange blob behind the image, which I don't have here. Let's see if we can get that same effect here. For what I need to do is I'm going to add a 100% row. To that row, I want to see if I can change the setting and use the background image option for this row. And we'll go to my image library, select that piece of blob and put that as the background image. And once I move this image into this row, it inherits that background image. Now this one is a little too big. So what I want to do here is go to the background image position, which is this last option here. I want to play with these options and see which ones work best. All right, I like the top center option, so I'm going to leave that option in there. Now we are ready to clone this. So I'm going to clone this 2 more times. And for this middle one, what we're going to do is swap out the rows. So I'm going to move this row right here. Let's move our text. And then I'm going to move my image here. I'm also going to go back to the row settings and remove this background image. I'm going to add another 100% row here, select it. And this time I'm going to choose the other one, which is this one right here, I believe. And then once we drag our image in here, the row will get bigger and here we can now see the background image. So that is how you can design this. Now, if we go and look at mobile, you will see it is stacked exactly how I wanted. So with that, our marketing funnel is in a great spot. I'm not going to build this entire page. What I want to show you more importantly is how to now connect this to a associated email list, and also how are you going to tag these users once they sign up for your marketing funnel. And then I'll show you the 5 days worth of videos that you're going to program if you're using the video marketing challenge. So if you hover over the button, you will see the settings gear icon. From here, we are going to click on settings again. And now we're going to walk through how to add people to your mailing list. So the first thing I want to do is action. I want to make sure that action is set to submit the form. Essentially, once they fill in the required fields, they press the button that submits the form. The other action could be open pop-up, which we earlier disabled, or go to link. This could be an external link or an internal link that you want to redirect them to. You could do that as well. Let's keep it to submit form. And then I also want to add them to an email list. Now I'm only seeing 2 lists here. So in order to add them to a list, I would need to create a brand new list. And in order to do that, I will head back over to my Zenler dashboard, click on email broadcasts. And from here on the left side, you'll see email list. I can click on email list and create a list. Give your list a name that you will remember. And then once that's created, we'd be able to pull that list here. So here's our list, the 5-day AI challenge. I'm going to add people to that list. And now here you can also choose which other funnels you want to add your leads to. And this can come in really handy if you set up one funnel just for automation where all your automated emails go out of. The example here would be, this is my main 5-day funnel, but after my 5-day funnel, I want them to go into this bucket where I can continue to market my leads and convert them into students. For that, I could create a separate funnel, which is essentially on the surface just a dummy funnel, and we use it for the automation piece. That's where this comes in handy. And then finally, I would also like to apply a tag to them. So I have a tag here called AI waitlist. I can choose that, or I can just start typing. And if that tag doesn't exist, Zenler will create it for you. So I'm creating a new tag called the 5-day AI challenge. And now that's the tag that will be applied to anytime someone subscribes to this funnel. So this new tag has been created, and now anytime someone subscribes to this funnel, they will automatically get this tag applied to them, which will come in handy when we start marketing to these people. Finally, what's the post submit action we are looking for? We can say either take them to a link or take them to the next step. So I'm going to say take them to the next step. And the next step in our case is our video 1 of our 5-day funnel, which you can see from this drop down. After I'm done with that, I'm going to hit save. Essentially, our marketing funnel is ready and we can test it out. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go back to my marketing funnels, pick the 5-day funnel. I'm going to go to the funnel steps, copy the URL from here, and let's test this out incognito. So here's our funnel landing page. Looks really good based on what we have designed so far. I'm just going to add my name here, add a disposable email. So I've added my name and a disposable email, and now we can click on join. Now since I am incognito, I'm being asked to verify using reCAPTCHA. If you don't want your visitors to be given this option, we can go back to your page editor, go to its settings right here, and you can disable the reCAPTCHA option and hit update. So let's try it again, and here we go. We are now redirected to video 1, day 1 of our 5-day challenge. You can see all the other videos show that they are locked. This is what we're going to go into next, is how will your leads be able to unlock these videos on those specific days. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is go back to our marketing funnel, and you can see in the funnel steps, we have video 1, video 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we already picked the videos when I was designing the funnel. Now what we can do is go into each and every one of these steps and edit that page however we like. All right, so I'm on my funnel day 1 page, and I can rearrange these icons if I want. I can just drag them over here. Plus I also have my blocks and elements available to me, so I can pull any of these and put them on my page. So for example, if I want to add this 33 1/3 and 66% layout, I can put that here, and then I can add my elements like I did before. So let's add a heading here, and then maybe another image right here. So this is just an idea to show you how you can customize this page for your leads, for your students, and this is for the marketing funnel page. Now what's really cool is if I go from day 1 to day 5, let's just leave this page for now, you will see that all 5 videos are now unlocked. What's super awesome is each one of these boxes also has the link for your leads to go back to the previous days. So here I'm in my preview mode. If I click on day 3, Zenler will take me back to day 3, and then 4 and 5 are still showing locked because I was able to go back to day 3. So that in itself is pretty cool. Now let me show you how to set up the automation for these funnels. So what I'm going to do is copy my video day 1 URL, and on top of your funnel you'll see the automation tab. This is where you can set up automated emails. So from your automation tab, we have automation rules here. I'm going to click on edit automation rules. One thing to note here is this is an email drip sequence on subscribe, which means anytime someone subscribes to this funnel, they will start getting these emails based on the actions you have set up. You can also add another rule on subscribe. So there's an email drip sequence rule, and I have one called Untitled rule. So I'm going to call this my daily video unlocks. So anytime someone subscribes, this automation should fire. Right now it has no actions in it. So my first action I want to happen is I want to send an email. So I'm going to click the send email option. My action name for this one is day 1 unlocked. And when do I want to send this? I want to send this immediately. So 0 minutes from subscription. And I can put my name and my email and then the subject for this email. And then whatever that body of the email is, in our case, we have the link copied to the video. So I'll put that. And then you can also test your emails. And then further you can apply some filters. And if you're used to using email lists with other email marketing softwares, these filters will come pretty naturally to you. From here, I can save my changes. And then it says, do you want to make this live right now? I'm going to say sure. And then Zenler will give you the prompt. Do you want to apply this to all the leads that are currently in your funnel? So all of them will get this email at the same time. I'm going to say no. I only want this to happen to net new leads, not ones that are already in my funnel. With that, the last thing I have left to show you on the marketing funnels piece is the lead magnet funnel. So that's what we're going to look at next. For the lead magnet funnel, it works pretty similar to your video marketing funnel that we earlier did. The only difference is it's not going to add those steps because that's really native to the video marketing funnel. So I'm going to choose the lead magnet funnel, hit next, and same concept applies here. So I'm going to give it the same name. Now, if you had a freebie that you were offering with this marketing funnel, you could add that file here. And also, if you wanted to launch a course at the end of the funnel where you're pitching them a paid product, you could also choose that here. I'm just going to leave both of those blank. And let's pick a different theme this time. Let's just pick this one and hit finish. So now, instead of the 5 or the 10 step video funnel, we only get the opt-in page and the thank you page, but that doesn't stop you from adding more steps. You can simply click the add new step option, pick one of these templates and add that in here. As far as editing this funnel, the same concept applies. You can hit the edit button here. To edit it, if you don't want this URL, you can just type in a different URL and hit update, and that will immediately go into effect. And Zenler is going to remind you that if you're using links somewhere else, those links are going to be broken because now you have changed the URL of your funnel. So that was for the marketing funnel. Now we're going to jump into our next topic, which is course creation. So we're going to do a monthly membership setup. I'm going to show you how to set up the student dashboard and also how to set up a student community. Let's hop on over to courses. All right, so this is what's included in my AI membership. I have a course around AI blogging mastery. Then I have a ChatGPT course. Then we looked at the 5-day AI challenge. Then we also have a prompt library, monthly webinars, and how to build your custom chatbot using ChatGPT. And on top of that, I also offer a paid Facebook group. In this case, we're going to use communities in Zenler. So we need to set up all of this. And what my goal is to set up most of this as a course and then bundle it all together. So we already looked at the main course, no pun intended, that we are setting up, which is our AI Adventures membership. So within here, I want my students to have access to a few things. So the first module that I'm going to create here is my welcome video. So I'm going to call it welcome. And under that, I'm going to add a welcome video lesson. Now within Zenler, when you are adding lessons to your course, these are all the different kind of lessons that you can add in them. There is a ton of options. So if you're new to Zenler, I suggest you sign up for the free trial. I'll put a link in the description. Doesn't cost you anything. It helps me get affiliate income if you end up upgrading your Zenler account to a pro plan. But check out the free plan and play with all these options before you decide if Zenler is right for you. So in this case, we are going to add a welcome video. Now again, I can either embed it, add it from the video library, or upload it, which then becomes part of the video library. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a welcome video. Okay, my welcome video is uploading. So while that is happening, I'm also going to add another lesson, and this one is around the prompt library and how to access that prompt library. Now this is an actual membership where I do give access to a prompt library, and what I want to do in this case is in this I want to add two different lessons. One is a link to the prompt library, and second is video directions on how to use this prompt library. So first, in order to add a text link, I'm going to choose a text lesson here. So here I've said click here to access the prompt library. I also added a couple of emojis. Now what I can do is highlight click here, click on this little link icon and insert any link that I want. So For this test, I'm just going to add the link to my ZZ Templates club. Now on top of this, I'm going to add a video, which is how to use that prompt library. So I'm going to again upload another video. All right, so my video is getting uploaded and my link is here for my lesson. Let's go back to our first welcome video. And whenever you notice these colored bars, that means the video is still being processed. Now, a few things you can do with your video is you can go click on this edit icon and choose a thumbnail that you would like to set for the video. Now, while the video is still being processed, I can click this little editor icon and enable autoplay for my video. This only works on lessons, not on your landing pages or course sales pages. The second thing, if I want to change the thumbnail for this video, I'm going to head over to site. I'm going to go to my media library and you can see this video is still in process, but I can click the little edit icon here. While it's processing, let me pick one that I have recently done. So this one has finished processing, and if I hit the edit icon, I can upload my own thumbnail here by clicking the update thumbnail option. You can select a frame from the current video. You can upload a custom thumbnail or you can design it on Canva. You can only do that once the video has finished processing. And then you can also add closed captions if you have a closed caption file. Back to our course. So I've added those 2 lessons in my first module. Let's take a preview of what our student area is looking so far. Now I had the autoplay enabled, so the video starts autoplaying. That's for our welcome video. And then I also have my access prompt library. Here you can see there's a click here to access the prompt library text. And then below that text, you have your video, and they kind of bleed into each other. So you can't really tell that this is a separate lesson than the video lesson. Now my membership content is a bunch of other courses. So in order to deliver that, I need to first create those courses. Before I do that, I'm going to select a pricing plan for this membership. So this will be the membership that someone subscribes to. And when they do, they will automatically get access to all the other content that's part of this. In your Zenler school, you click on pricing, and then I'm going to add a new plan. So that's for the AI Adventures course. Now, before I go and create additional courses, I want to create a bundle so that I can sell that bundle, which will include all of the other courses that are part of the membership. In order to do that, you're going to click on courses, click on bundles, and then from here, you're going to click on create new bundle. All right, so I have my bundle name. You can give it a subtitle and summary. I'm going to keep it the same for the sake of time. Now, what's interesting here is you can either leave this box unchecked or checked. If you keep the box checked, that means that within this bundle, there's going to be a bunch of courses, and each of those courses can have their own automation, and the bundle will basically keep that in mind, that each of those courses can have its own automation. If you uncheck it, that none of the course automations matters anymore, and only the bundle automation will matter. So if you want to keep things simple, I would say uncheck it and do all the automation on the bundle level. But if you're on the advanced track and you understand the complexity of all this, then leave it checked. That way you can control automations from within each of your courses that are also part of the bundle. So I'm going to leave it checked for now and create this bundle. Now at this point, I can add a bunch of courses to this bundle. The first one being my AI Adventures course. So I'm going to add that to this bundle. But since it is not published yet, I cannot add it to the bundle. And also this bundle is not published either. So let's go back to our courses. We're going to go to this one right here and publish the course. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my bundle. I'm going to go to this bundle here and publish the bundle. Now I can go to the contents tab and add my AI Adventures course in here. So now anytime someone accesses the bundle, they will automatically get access to everything that's part of that bundle. Additionally, let's go and add a monthly pricing plan to this bundle. And since this is a membership, I'm going to choose a subscription option here, but you can also have a free course. So if you want to enroll people and not charge for a course, you'd use the free plan, or you can do one-time purchase or a payment plan, which is still considered a one-time but split into 2 or more payments. For my subscription option, I'm going to charge $8, and you can also set an additional one-time fee that people pay as a setup. I don't want to charge a first one-time additional fee, so I'm going to leave this unchecked. Billing frequency, you can choose one of the following, or you can set up your own custom billing frequency. And what would be the name and description of this pricing plan? So I'm going to give it the same name and description. And you can also set if you want to give your students a bunch of trial days before they sign up for the paid plan. So I'm going to say yes, let's give them a week of free trial. And then we can also set enrollment limits. You can set bullet points on why someone should purchase this course, and those bullet points show up on the course checkout page. So let's enable that. And now I'm going to add a few bullet points here on what's included in the membership to kind of reinforce on the checkout page that, hey, here's all the value you're getting. Okay, so I've added my bullet points, and further down here, you can set tiers. Tiers in itself is a topic that can take 10 to 15 extra minutes to explain it. Essentially, tiers lets you create different levels of membership. Think about silver, gold, platinum. Once you enable it, you can choose which content is included in what tier. So really powerful functionality. I will link to a article that describes in depth how tiers work. And then you can also choose a tax category, whether it's digital, physical, or tax exempt. Finally, you can choose which community you want to give students access to once they join this bundle. So I'm actually going to go and create a brand new community, which is part of our student community here. Part of my membership is having access to a student community. So when you first log in and click on communities, you will likely not have anything here. Communities is as simple as clicking the add community button. You can add a community icon and a cover photo, and then also give it a name, a description, and choose how you're going to connect this community. Will it be site-wide so anyone can register for this community, which I highly discourage you to do, or will it be part of a course or a bundle, which in our case, yes, it is part of the AI subscription bundle. So let's fill in these details, and then we can save our community. And from the drop down here, I'm going to choose the AI Adventures membership. So anyone who joins that membership will get added to this community. So now we have the community connected to our membership. The only other thing we need to do is hit publish on the community, and just like that, your community is live. Further down in our review, we are going to look at how the community works. We're going to come back to this number 5, and I'll show you behind the scenes how this community works. For now, we know that our community is live. So now we need to go and create a bunch of these other courses so I can add them to my bundle. So first one is the ChatGPT course. Actually, no, the first one is the AI blogging mastery course. What I would do now is go back to my courses, create a brand new course. All right, so I've created 3 different sections on my AI blogging mastery course. I'm not going to attach a pricing plan to it because it's going to be sold as part of the membership. I'm simply going to publish it. And once I have published it, what I can do is go back to my bundle of the AI Adventures membership, go to the content and add that course that I just created, which is the AI blogging mastery. Now it becomes part of this bundle. So in my Zenler dashboard, now in order to create a membership, what we want to do is head on over to courses. Membership is essentially a bundle of content, right? It's a bundle of courses. You might have some extra downloads. So inside your Zenler dashboard, head on over to the courses tab. This is where we are going to create our membership. And a membership essentially is a bundle of content. That could be a course, that could be a bunch of downloads, that could be a community, that could be anything that you want to give your students access to. So what we're going to do in this case is create a new course, and this is going to be the monthly membership for my AI community. So I'm going to go and create a new course, but this is essentially my membership. And my membership revolves all around AI. It's called AI Adventures. So I'm going to give it that name. And then my course subtitle and summary, you can also put that in there. And then you can check this box, which allows Zenler to use AI to create the curriculum for you. All right, so I've put in my subtitle and my course summary. I already know the curriculum, so I don't need to use this. And at this point, I can hit create course. From here, we're going to go back into the course details tab because there are a few things I want to show you here. First is your course card image. You can change this to add your own course card image or design it on Canva. This does not connect to your Canva account. It essentially is an integration with Zenler. Even though you have to log into your Canva account, that design will not live in Canva, it will live inside of Zenler. So just keep that in mind when you're designing using Canva. I'm going to upload a pre-existing image. So here's my image. I can crop it to fit the existing dimension. So I'm just going to say crop and save. And now my course card image is updated. And if we go back to courses, I'll be able to easily distinguish that course by looking at the image. From your course detail page, you can also choose the URL or change it if you like to. You cannot change the slug here which says courses, and then you can pick one or multiple instructors. That instructor should also have an instructor role inside your school. In order to give someone an instructor role, you have to go to their profile. So I'm going to pick a test user here. So this is the test user that signed up to my marketing funnel challenge. You can see the tag that was auto applied to it because that's what we did in our marketing automation. But here I can go and choose their role. So right now they have a role of lead. I can also assign this person an instructor role, and I'm going to change their name so I don't get confused. And now the user has been updated. So if we go back to our courses, I can choose that user as my course instructor and remove myself from it. Further down here, you can pick a category for your course. And if you don't have any categories, you can click on manage categories and create a new category here. You can also make your course featured. You can hide the price of the course. You can even make it secret so only a select few can enroll in it. Maybe you're running a test pilot and you only want a few people in there. Then you can also enable your course certificate. So at the end of the course, your students will get a certificate of completion. And you can also set a limit on how many people can be enrolled in this course, which is great if you're running a cohort based course. And then this is one always uncheck is, which is show progress between lesson screens. So every time someone completes a lesson and goes to the next lesson, they'll be shown this progress bar on how far they have progressed. I find it to be a distraction, so I always disable it. So our course details are all set. Now I'm going to go into the curriculum. And in this case, I already have my curriculum planned. So let me show you how that curriculum looks inside of Zenler. So this is what course area looks like for your students. And if you want to preview this at any time while you're building your course in Zenler, you can always click the little eye icon here. And that's going to show you a preview of what the lessons and modules look like right now. That being said, there are a ton of things to show you. So I'm going to skip on adding any more lessons or sections. I think you get the gist at this point on how to add sections, how to add lessons, and how to add multiple file types within the same lesson. Moving on, we already looked at pages, but what I want to take a quick minute to show you is what that course access page looks like for your students. So your sales page is your course sales page, and these 4 pages come standard for every single course in New Zenler, but I'm just going to walk you through what these pages are. So first is your sales page. This would be your long form typical sales page that you would design in New Zenler. And if you need inspiration on how to design a sales page as far as copy goes, I'll put a link in the description where you can join this free 5-day AI copywriting challenge and learn how to craft sales pages that convert. From here, you have your checkout page. So this is where you will collect payment. We're going to look at all the payment stuff in the integration section, which is down here. So hang on for that. And then we have our thank you page once your students have made the payment. And finally, we have the course access page. This is the page that your students will see when they log in and access the course. Now, this is something which is completely customizable, and that's the flexibility I like about Zenler. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can simply customize your students' dashboard to make it more dynamic than what it is out of the box. In order to do that, I'm going to use a pre-designed funnel that I have in New Zenler. So I'm going to go to my template club membership, and here we have a student dashboard page which looks like this. And I'm going to copy this page code and paste it in my Zenler school to show you what that course access page can be designed like. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to go to my bundle, and on that AI Adventures membership bundle, I'm going to go to pages. The same 4 pages are available here as well, and I'm going to go to the course access page, and while that course access page loads, I'm going to copy this block code. You can see on the left side there are 2 blocks, block 1 and 2. Some of my templates have only a couple of blocks, some have over 10 blocks. So now what I'm going to do is paste that block code here for the first block, and just like that I was able to change the header. Now you can click on any of these elements and make more changes. Now let's copy the second block here, hop back into Zenler and paste it. So now we have our student dashboard that looks completely unique, where we have these different buttons and that can take them to different links. Further down they also have their included courses, and as I add more courses to this course bundle, they will continue to show up here, and when your students log in, they'll be able to see that as well. Back to our courses, a few other things I want to touch on. We looked at pages, pricing we also looked at, so I did the pricing on the bundle instead of the course, which was our $8 a month membership pricing. Further, you can also drip content, so if you don't want all of the content to be consumed on day one by your students, especially if you're giving a trial to your course, you don't want them to just come in, take the free trial and then never purchase. I would recommend using drip, so they maybe get the first module released for the first week, and then once their trial period is over, the rest of the modules are released. So that's how you can control them using the enable drip schedule. Then we have the automation. This is similar to the email automation we looked at earlier. And then finally you have your students. This opens a new tab and shows you all the students that are enrolled in that specific course. Going back to courses, a few more things here on the left side. You have your course categories. So we had created the AI category, and if you share this category link out, then your potential students will be brought directly to the category page where they can pick from all your available courses. Further down here we have assignments. So earlier when we were in the course section, there was a lesson type for assignments. So if I go and add a lesson, you will see assignment is one of the lessons, and assignments are unique per student. So you can add an assignment in here once, and if let's say you have 100 students, they will each uniquely take that assignment and will be able to submit it uniquely, and you will be able to assess their work and approve it or reject it, give comments. It's pretty cool, all the things you can do with assignments. So once an assignment is submitted, it shows up here under courses and assignments. Then you have coupons. If you want to give out discount coupon to your students, you can do that from here. Further down, you have the instructors. So anyone who's a course instructor role, you'll be able to see that from this tab. Then you have students that are enrolled across all of your courses, and then further down we have reviews, and then further down you have reviews. So if anyone has filled a review for your course, that'll show up here. You can approve it, you can unapprove it, and then you have your certificates. You can upload custom certificates. However, you have to design it as an SVG. It has to be a very specific set of instructions or it doesn't work. I found it to be very finicky, so I stopped messing with custom certificates. And then finally, you have your video library where all your course videos are stored, reports connected to your courses, and that would be your sales reports, your affiliate commissions report, etc. So all of that is part of courses and bundles, and as you can see, it's a lot and we're just scratching the surface. If I try to do a in-depth review of just courses, it's going to be hours long. So let's continue moving along. After this, our next one is blogging and the blog page design and the blog post design. If I head back over to my Zenler school, I'll see here under site there is a blog option, so I can click on that. And I've already enabled the blog. So I'm going to show you what a blog post looks like, and then also what the blog homepage looks like for this specific blog. All right, back to the blog. I'm going to click on this view blog button so you can see what this looks like. And this is what the homepage of my blog looks. I have customize this headline and subheadline, and then also this image in the background. And then this is what my blog layout looks like. You can see the featured image, the blog title, and when that blog was last written. And if I click on it, this is what a preview of the blog looks like. And then I also have the subscribe to my newsletter button, which is part of Zenler, and also another call to action here. So you can customize these blog pages as far as what goes below the post content, but within that post content, you're pretty restricted to what you can do. And I'll show you that in a minute. So let's go and create a new blog post. And this way I can guide you through how the blog process works. I already have a blog topic picked and a post description about that topic. So I'm going to paste that in here and then hit create. That's going to create our blog post. And I also have a featured image already picked. So I'm going to upload that next. So I've uploaded my blog post image and now it's asking me to pick a category. As far as category, once you click here, you'll see all the available categories. And if you don't see the one you're looking for, simply type it out, press enter, and that new category will get created. And now we're going to paste the content of this blog. So I already have this in a Google Doc. I'm going to copy that and paste it here. So here's what my blog looks like. I have pasted it. It has a bunch of text, bunch of images, and that's really the format it follows. And then towards the end, we have a bunch of frequently asked questions, and that's what the blog looks like. So I'm going to hit update. Now, once you hit update, this on the settings page is asking you a few things. First is, so the first thing under settings is, do you want to show featured image on post page, which is my blog post page that we looked at earlier. So I'm going to say yes. The next question is, can anyone view this? Can only logged in viewers view this, or only people who are enrolled in a specific course can view this blog, which is pretty awesome, powerful stuff. Because if we go back to our tiered pricing, you could enable tiers called silver, platinum, gold. Maybe only your gold and platinum members can view a specific blog post that you're writing for them and not your silver members. So that's where I see this hidden blog posts coming in handy. Then we have our meta keywords here and also the social media image. And you can see on the right side here what that social media preview is going to look like. And then further down, if you have any custom HTML code, you could add it here. And finally, on the top right here, I'm going to hit publish. Now my blog post gets published. And then Zenler is saying currently sitemaps are not auto updated. Please click here to update your sitemap. A sitemap is something that search engines crawl to understand your blog structure, your site structure. So it's really important that you don't miss that step. From here, we can now preview what this blog looks like. This is what our featured image was, our key takeaways, and then further down we can see how it's broken down with the image and also with the blog content. So this is what my single blog post looks like. What if I want to see what my main blog homepage looks like? And this is what the homepage looks like. Now let's hop back into Zenler and see how we can customize this blog page. So back in my Zenler school, if I click on blog, I can see there's a settings options here. So go ahead and click on that settings option if you want to edit your blog homepage. And now you can see here there's blog homepage and blog post page. And in front of each of them, you have the edit page option. Once you click that option, the page editor opens up. Now, since you are editing a blog post page, Zenler will give you specific options that are only geared towards the blog. Once you're on the editor, I can click on the blocks element here. And if you scroll down, you will see blog. And there are specific dynamic elements that are related only to blogs. Currently, Zenler only has these 4 dynamic options. So you have a blog header, a blog details section, a dynamic list, which is what this is, and then a single page post for your single blogs. Now further down here, if you want to edit this section, the dynamic homepage section, this is what the out of the box section looks like. You can click on it and then you can click the settings to edit the background image. You can change the text here from the blog title, and the subtext here from the blog subtitle. And this is just another piece of text that I added on top. So if you don't like it, you can delete it. You can also delete this other custom header. And just like that, we have changed the look of our main blog page. Further down, you can click on this dynamic post list section. And on the right side, you'll see some options that you can play with. And then under here, if you want to add other sections, you can simply go to blocks, go back to all the blocks that are available to you. And let's say you want to drop an FAQ section in here, you can simply drag and drop it. And now that'll always show up on your main blog page. So that was a high level overview of how blogging works. Now we have set up our marketing funnel, we have set up our courses, we have set up a blog. Now it's time to invite your students to a webinar for which we are going to dive into the Zoom integration with Zenler. All right, so Zenler has a deep integration with Zoom. As long as you're on the pro or premium plan, what all you need to do is click on this live button here and you will see all the different available options to you for your live webinars. As the name suggests, you have one-on-one bookings, so you can create one-on-one booking sessions right from Zenler and then share that just like Calendly, and someone can pick a slot and book it with you. Then you have a live class, a live webinar, a live interactive webinar, and live stream. The difference between these three, a live class is not interactive. Your students can see you, but you can't see them. All their cameras are turned off. Same thing goes for live webinars, and live interactive webinars has the most open functionality wherein everyone can see everyone, but you also have the option to restrict it as a host of the webinar. So what we're going to do is set up a live recurring interactive webinar for my membership, which is $8 a month. In order to do that, I'm going to click on this create new live interactive webinar. Now AI adventurers, which is my membership name, meet once a month. So I'm going to set this up recurring once a month for the rest of the year. All right, so I have my topic for the webinar. You can also put a webinar image. The next step is to choose between a single session or a recurring session. So in our case, we're going to choose a recurring session. The first webinar is going to be on Friday, April 26th, and I want this at 11 a.m. and this is in Central Time Zone. So I'm going to pick US Central, and this is going to occur once a month, every month. So I'm going to put that. And let's just say it occurs on the 15th of every month. And we are going to stop this after a specific number of occurrences. So I want this to go on till the end of next year. So if I do this once a month, I want it to go on for, let's say, the next 16 months. So I'm going to select 16 occurrences. You can have up to 30 occurrences for a recurring webinar. And let's do 300 for my max registrants. And we're going to use Zenler's Zoom, but you could also bring in your own Zoom account if you have your own Zoom subscription and you want to continue using that. And the duration will be, let's just say 2 hours. And we're going to keep this for my membership course. And then we are also going to enable cloud recording. Now, before I go to the next step, one thing I want to show you is, let's say it is the 15th of every month, except for those times where the 15th falls on a weekend, then I want to move it to its following Monday. In order to do that, I'm going to click on this view occurrences, and this will show me all 16 of the occurrences and when they are happening. You can see that a couple of times it's happening on a weekend. So I'm going to show you how we can go ahead and change that. Before we can make changes to these occurrences, our next step is to go next, choose a webinar theme. And since this is for my students, I'm not really too invested into what the look and feel is because my job is to just get them to the webinar. Once we have picked our template, we can go back to the webinar details section, click on view occurrences, and now I see a little edit button here. So any webinar that's happening on a weekend, I can go and easily change that date to the following Monday. I can also schedule more webinars right from this window as long as I stay under that 30 occurrence limit. So let me show you what one of these registration pages look like. It comes out of the box with this book button. You can customize this entire page using the page editor that we looked at earlier when we were designing our lead magnet funnel. If someone wanted to book this class, they would click on the book now button. and then they can put in their name and email and register for the webinar. Further, you can also charge for your webinar by going to the pricing tab, and then the automation tab is similar to your email automation that we looked at during the lead magnet funnel, and also similar to your course automation tab. Registered users will allow you to see all the users that are registered for the webinar, and then the cloud recording tab will eventually put that cloud recording in here once your webinar is over. Now let me go and open Zoom to show you how this webinar works. Before we do that, one thing I want to show you is what the attendees waiting room page looks like. So under my pages tab, I have the waiting page and also the replay page. So if I go to the waiting page, this is going to show me when that webinar is about to start. And from here, your registrants will be able to enter the webinar once it starts. So in order to start your webinar, we're going to click the Start Webinar button, and Zenler will give you this warning right here. And I'm going to say, sure, start class. And that's going to allow me to open my Zoom, and our Zoom is now up and running. The rest of the controls are pretty much the same as you're used to your regular Zoom. And once you're done with this, the cloud recording will show up in your Zenler school. So that is how webinars work in Zenler. Before we hop on to the next one cool and quick thing to show you is how the live class functions. When you go and create a live class, what you can do is pull in a live class as a lesson within your course. So I'm going to show you that real quick. All right, so let's assume this is our live class that is happening on the 25th. Let's pick a time, and everything else is good. I just want to show you this functionality of how to pull it in as a lesson. We're going to pick our theme and click finish. Now this live class is ready, and what I can do now is go to my courses and pick a lesson, or add a new lesson if you like. And in that new lesson, you can click on this live class here and choose our topic that we just created and add it to your curriculum right within Zenler. And now if we go to a preview, you will see there is a book my spot option, and all your students need to do is click that button. No registration needed, and they're able to book this live class and then show up to it on the day of your session. Pretty cool stuff. Let's move on to our next one, which is showing you a little bit more in depth on what communities look like. Communities. Now, this is Zenler's first take on communities, and it's being revamped. So the first take, as you know, of any product is never the best. So I would say it's a very vanilla type of experience, but know that it's being revamped. So hopefully we'll have a new and improved community 2.0 soon. That being said, we had already created a community which was for our AI adventurers. So let's go hop in and see what that community looks like. In order to do that, click on communities and then just click on the community name that will launch that specific community. And now you can interact in this community. Just to show you what other communities look like, these are my previous ones. This is just to give you an idea of what a community could look like. So once you're in here, you can also see your lesson discussions at the bottom here. Under your community, you'll have the option to create a post. So let's go and create a test post. All right, so I've added an image to my post and also some text. On top of this, you can connect a video link. So let's say a YouTube link, and a external link can also be pasted. But in order to do that, you have to remove your existing image. So it's either or of these options. You cannot have all three options selected at the same time. And then you can press the post button. One cool thing here is this little icon, which allows you to send an email notification to all members of this community. So I'm simply going to hit post, and this is what the posted community content looks like. Now your students can interact with it. They can press the like button, and then they can also add a comment right under your post. And that's pretty much it. This is how communities work in Zenler. So there isn't too much to it, but know that this is version 1, and hopefully newer, better versions are coming soon. So next one up is email marketing and email broadcasts. We already looked at email automation. Let's check out email broadcasts. All right, so for email broadcasts, we are going to head on over back to our Zenler school and click on the email broadcast tab. The main difference between the automation tab and the email broadcast tab is email broadcast allows you to send one-off emails to your leads, to your students, whereas the automation allows you to set those automated emails that can go out based on your cadence. So in email broadcast, you can see I have some broadcasts here. So this one I had sent recently. It was delivered to 30 people, 21 opened, etc. So you can see all the stats for email broadcast. What we're going to do here is go and create a brand new broadcast so I can show you how it works. So we're going to click on create new broadcast and let's just give it a title. Once you have your title, you're going to hit the create button. And then these are the 4 different steps you're going to go through in order to send your email broadcast out to your email list. First one is who's the from email. So I'm going to choose a different email here. For the recipients, you can choose different email lists. For now, I'm going to pick all contact, and then let's go and show you how you can filter this down to a specific group of people. So right now, if I choose all contacts, you can see there's 348 contacts in my email list. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply advanced filters, and I'm going to say out of these 348 people, I would like to email only those who are subscribed to a very specific marketing funnel, which is my AI Adventures funnel. Now let's go back and add that filter. So what I'm going to select here is add filter group. Let's give our group a name, and then we're going to add a filter. And my filter is going to be people who are currently subscribed to a funnel, and here I can choose which funnel I'm talking about. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And once I select that and hit save changes, you will notice that 348 contacts is going to go down to about 30 contacts because that's how many people are in that funnel. You can apply more than one filters. So I can go back here and add another filter group, or I can edit this one and continue adding more criteria within this filter group. Another thing to know here is right now you're seeing all of these are AND conditions, which means that Zenler is going to look for all of these conditions to be true. If none of them are true, then Zenler will only send that email to the contacts that match all 4 of these conditions. What if you want to change this to OR instead of AND? In order to do that, you're going to choose this option here where it says matching all of the following condition. You're going to change that to any. And now we have an OR condition. So now I can expand this further and say either they are enrolled in my marketing funnel or they are enrolled in a specific course, and I can choose which course that is. And let's just say I'm going to remove the other 2 filters. So now Zenler is going to look for the either or condition. Between these 2, I have 148 contacts that are either part of my marketing funnel or enrolled in my ZZ Template Club course. And that's how it works. Now, if I was to go and change this to an AND, then that 148 is going to drop down because now I only have 7 people that cross over between those who are signed up to my marketing funnel versus those who are in my course. So that's how these filters work. Once you have your filters set up, under the SMTP, you can choose whether you're going to send this email using Zenler's built-in email marketing platform or whether you're bringing your own email API key. Currently, I'm going to use Zenler's built-in marketing platform. On the next step, I can choose what this email is going to look like. There's lots of templates to choose from. Just to keep it simple, I'm going to go with a simple template right here. And now we can move to the final step, which is personalizing this email template. First thing here is your subject line. So I'm going to personalize it with the first name and then type in my subject. And there are lots of pre-made templates to choose from. To keep it simple, I'm going to go with this start from scratch so you can see how these emails are created. On the subject line here, I can personalize my subject line. In the personalization tags, I have first name, last name, and full name as my personalization options. And then further down here, I can have my email content. So let's just add a bit of text here, and maybe we'll add an image. After the image, I'm going to add another piece of text, and then let's add a button. And that should do it. The footer is dynamically populated with your mailing address and the unsubscribe link. And then you also have some social links here, but these are not dynamic. So I'm just going to go and delete them. And then once you're done with crafting your email, you can send yourself a test email here, or you can choose next, at which point you will be able to send this email either right now, or you can schedule it for a later date, or you can just leave it at draft. So I want to leave this at draft, but that is how you can broadcast emails right from within Zenler, so you don't have to use a third-party email marketing platform. With that, let's move on to our next topic, which is integrations. In this, we're going to talk about payment integrations, email marketing platform integrations, and just some miscellaneous integrations you can do with the Zenler platform. All right, so in order to set up the integrations with your payment gateway, your email marketing, and any other integration, you're going to head on over to site. And on the left side, you will see this integrations option. One thing to note here, integrations is only available to your school owners. So if you add someone as an assistant in your Zenler school, they will not be able to see this integration tab. Very important to remember this, because your VA is going to be calling you and telling you that they cannot find the integrations tab, and that is on purpose, because this controls everything and you don't want anyone else to have control of that integrations tab. So heading over to integration, you can connect Zenler with Stripe. You can also connect it with PayPal, and then there is a third payment gateway that is huge in India called Razorpay. So you can also connect it with Razorpay. Further down, you authenticate your email using the Zenler mail, and there's really good instructions on how you authenticate your email so that all the emails coming from you don't end up in spam or junk folder. And then you also have your Zoom integration. Further down here, you can connect with Zapier. I personally prefer Pabbly Connect, but if you wanted to integrate with Zapier, Zenler does allow you to do that. And then Zenler also provides you with an API key, so you can integrate Zenler with third-party apps. Going further down, if you wanted to bring your old email service provider like SendGrid or Mailgun, you can add an SMTP provider right here. Same thing goes for Zoom. If you wanted to bring in your own Zoom integration because you don't want to get rid of your personal Zoom account, you can just add your personal Zoom account here. Further down, we have Facebook Pixel integration, we have Google Calendar integration, and then we have integration with different email marketing platforms. Zenler has picked the top 5 email marketing platforms and integrated with them natively, so you don't have to use tools like Zapier or Pabbly Connect. And those 5 are MailChimp, ConvertKit, MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, and Moosend. So that is all the integrations that Zenler provides as of the recording of this video. I'm hoping that this list continues to grow, but that's what you have today as far as integrations. And with that, we have reached the end of the video, the final section, which is affiliate management in Zenler. So in order to show you how the affiliate management works, I'm going to go to this marketing funnel here. And in this marketing funnel, I have one lead. And what I want to show you is how you can easily set up affiliates using Zenler. So let's assume that we want to set this lead up as an affiliate. I'm going to go and edit this lead. And then further down here where you see a role, I'm going to assign them a role of affiliate. Now, once I hit save, you're going to see these options up top are going to change. So let's hit the update option. First, I'm being asked what's their affiliate commission. So let's just say they are going to get 50% commission. And once I hit update, now you can see there's a new tab that opens up here called affiliate details. So let's hop on over to those details so I can walk you through how this looks like on the back end. So I have the affiliate commission set up. Zenler automatically sets up an affiliate code. They have a link to show you how this affiliate code works. Essentially, you can take this piece right here, which is the question mark and after, and give that to your affiliates, and they can append any of your Zenler URLs with this affiliate code. Then you can also choose whether you want this affiliate to have access to all courses or a specific course that you will want them to promote. So in our case, let's pick this specific course here. This affiliate will be able to promote my course that I have selected. There are a couple of more settings as far as affiliates go, but for that what we need to do is go up into our main settings, and from here on the left side you're going to go to the affiliate program settings, and here you can decide how long you want that affiliate cookie to last. Typically people go anywhere between 60 to 90 days, but I've also seen affiliate cookies last as long as 365 days. So this is essentially the number of days that that affiliate code is going to be active, after which if someone else is promoting your same course and they send out a link and the same student ends up clicking on their link, they will get credit for it. So that's how this cookie expiry day works. And then also on the left here, you'll see payments. Nothing in Zenler is automated when it comes to affiliate management. You have to manually pay out your affiliates, but you will be able to see here how many sales your affiliates have made, and also what is the amount you owe them once they have made that sale based on the percentage that you have set for them. And then finally you have your reports section here, and that is how you can run reports on your affiliates and then pay them out. And there you have it, course heroes. That was my review of new Zenler. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this. What are the features that you are excited about, and I would love to check out your new Zenler school. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you get notified next time I release a new video. And bonus, don't forget to sign up for the 5-day AI copywriting challenge. I'll drop that link in the description. Until next time, keep creating.